Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome to this grotty day up at Inverness. It is pretty dreich, as they say. This is a little bit of a test flight in a way. I didn't keep it as video on demand, so you may not have seen it, but I did a flight a couple of weeks ago in the Comanche. Let's close the door, it's wet out there, isn't it? And quite a few things went wrong. So this is the second attempt to do IFR flight for my VA, Andras Meridian Airlines, using pilot to ATC as well, just to see if I can get that running, because it's good fun flying with ATC. It certainly adds to the immersion. So I'm hoping that everything will behave itself. I've got the flight loaded in. Let's have a look at that, see if I can get that up for you. There we go. So we're going to be flying from Inverness down to Dundee using a flight plan from SimBrief. It hasn't loaded in any kind of arrival for us or an approach. So I've set pilot to ATC to allow the controller to assign that for us. So interested to see what ATC comes up with for that. In terms of the ATC settings, I'm going to be using so the co-pilot will set the frequencies just to make that a bit easier, but I'll be doing the talking, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. Is there anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so. I think that's pretty straightforward. If you're not already a member of the Discord, I just posted a link in the chat here, but it's also in the show notes down below if you're watching this on catch up. We talk about aeroplanes, helicopters, do group flights, post screenshots. There's even a section on photography now, model making if you're into building kits. So have a look at that, and it would be good to see you there. Right, I should really stop waffling and start thinking about doing some flying. I don't know why I set myself up for these things. It really is a case of just expecting things to go wrong. Let me do a quick check of the controls just to check that I've got. Yep, that's good. I'm not in helicopter mode. I've done that a few times. Right, so first of all, as this is the A2A Comanche, we are going to do a full walk around, because it will bite you on the bottom if you don't do it correctly. And also we're going to get some fuel. In fact, let's do that now. So I'm going to go for a medium, there we go, medium load. Just to get us going. In fact, no, I'm going to reduce it down just a wee bit, because we don't need to carry too much. I will have a look at my flight plan in a second, because my VA software, where have you gone? There it is. I very cleverly closed it. Let's see if we can get it back up again. So FS Airlines is the client that my VA uses. So I am in there to quickly go to book flight, briefing document. So that's giving us an estimated fuel load of 28 kilograms. We've got 141 in there, which is more than enough. The diversion airfield is Edinburgh. So again, we have got plenty there, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to reduce it down a little bit, just to lower our weight. We have got passengers on board, and we've got a few bits and bobs that the passengers have brought with them, so always a good idea to do that. Let's bring that down. Okay, right, so here's our passengers. Say hello. All right, they are always so miserable. I don't know if it's just because they have to fly with me all the time. For some reason, it's the same passengers every time, and it's the same co-pilot. But these guys in the back, yeah, nothing at all. They are a hard audience to please. Right, so we've got the fuel. Let's go to maintenance. We'll have a quick look, pretend that we're talking to our maintenance hangar engineer. Everything's green there, so that's good. Let's have a look at the engine. On the last flight I did, my number 3 piston just went down mid-flight, which was quite interesting. Accu-sim is living, breathing. Things can go wrong, so that was quite good. It wasn't disastrous, just meant that it was a bit of a noisy flight for the rest of the flight. Where's our battery? Battery's looking fine, so that's good. We're all good to go there. So I'm going to, let's just go back to, let's get back here, checklists, and walk around. So I'm going to just pop the battery on. We'll pop the pitot heat on, just to get that warming up nicely. Just do a quick check. Yep, my parking brake is on, that's fine. Got a green here for gear down, which is good. It is horrible out there, isn't it? Horrible. Horrible, isn't it? Yeah, she's not bothered. Oh, look at that. So I just noticed the tiger moth over there. This is, I think this is the UK 2000 Inverness that I've got loaded in here. Right, flaps down, nice mechanical linkage, so I need to wait for any kind of electric motor to wind that down. And there we go, we've got our first connection lost, successfully connected. That seems to be happening a lot for me at the moment. In fact, let me just quickly check. Let's just quickly check that my data is, yep, that's cool. I don't know why that's happening at the moment. I know it's happening for other people as well, but it's a complete pain in the backside, especially when it starts happening quite frequently. Okay. So, let's jump outside. Quick check of that. That's all good. Have a quick look in the old wing tank. Helps having the head tracking. There we go. Could see a bit of fuel in there. Not using the wing tanks, but just checking that that's there. Let's have a look here. And the first drum of the day. That's all good. Yum yum. Right, yeah, landing light. Casing is looking fine. We haven't got a tie down in, so that's good. Let's have a look over here, check the wing tank. Yeah, that's so good. Close that up. Pop underneath. Tyres in good condition and the chock has been removed. Excellent. And, oh, did I remember? We're going to find out now. Did I remember to switch on a fuel tank? Yes! If you don't have your fuel tanks on, you won't see anything in the fuel sump. And that's all good. No contaminants. Another dram. Thank you very much. Get out of the way. There we go. Check the front. Nothing, no pigeons, ostriches, emus hiding in there. And the propeller is looking good, Nick. Let's check the oil. Just about see. Yeah, that's fine. That's above 9. Happy with that, and it's a good colour as well. Let's face it, it's hardly been used in this aeroplane. Okay, let's check the other wing tank. Yeah, that's all good. Straight away you can see there's plenty in there. Have a look underneath, chock's been removed, tyres in good condition. That's all good. And let's have a look here, pitot heat. Ooh, hot to the touch, that's fine. Stall warning is moving nicely. And the light is fine. Let's have a look in here. We drop in there, that's fine. Close that. Have a look underneath. And the last dram before we go flying. That's what makes me a good pilot, said nobody ever. That's fine, that's all nice and clear. Around here. Aileron good. Flap nice and firm. Right, that's clear. No tie down there, and that's so good. Round to the side. Check the static port is clear, which it is. And baggage, we've already loaded baggage on, so we're going to leave that case there because we don't need it. Whoever put it there, we don't need it. And we can see here the door is just slightly open, so I'll be having a word with the co-pilot about that. Right, that's the walk around complete. Can we just latch the door, please? There we go. Right, that's all good. Okay, let's come back round to here. And what am I looking for? There we go, we've done that. Should really have switched the battery off just to save a bit of power. So, pre-flight is done. Passengers, don't mess about. Stay sat sitting and don't spill your drinks. That's them briefed. Seat belts are secure. Control locks, I've removed the Lassie band. Parking brake is set. Gear switch is down and I've got green light. Flaps I can now raise because we've stopped having a look at those. Radios are off. Quick look around. All our switches are off. Turn the pitot heat off for the time being. That's all good. Avionics master is off. Got another connection lost. Damn you! Hope it comes back in. There we go. It's come back. I don't know why it doesn't. It's so frustrating. And strangely, if I'm doing multiplayer or anything like that, the labels don't disappear. The other aircraft don't disappear. It's just strange. Right, all electrical switches are off. And circuit breakers. Let's have a look down here. I have had circuit breakers pop out. They're all good. Right, so let's now have the rotating beacon on. And we are good to go. That's the before engine start checklist. Engine start, co-pilot cat. This is not a good time to want to jump on the old lap, mate. Okay, we are about to aviate. Right, just bear with me. Pardon me, very important before flight. You have to text one's wife. Right, what have we done? We've done all that. That's fine. So I'm going to we'll start the engine and then we'll talk to ATC. And co-pilot cat is insisting on walking all over the place. Hang on a second, sweetheart. Yeah, I know, but you can't come with me. There we go. Ah, dear. The sheer unprofessionalism of having a cat on board. Okay. Right, let's get going. So, fuel select desired tank. So we're on the left tank. We'll keep it there. Mixture rich. Prop fully forward. And throttle cracked. Carpeat is off. Master switch is on. Fuel pump on. And let's check pressure. It's dark, isn't it? Hopefully you can see that. Just waiting for the fuel pressure to come up. There it goes. Fuel pressure's come up. Right, fuel pump that can now come off. Primer, 1 to 5 strokes. I'm going to give a 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all good. Mags to both. Come on. Mags to both. Clear prop. It's your fault if you walk in front of the propeller now. And start to engage. Let's see how she starts. A start in the Comanche is always different. accu-sim, because it's so accurate, will give you different things will happen. It'll behave differently. Let's have a look. It's running a wee bit rough. Let's have a look at the engine. Oh, that's better. That's better. See what I was talking about in terms of, it's starting differently. it really is alive. It's great. This visualizer here, by the way, shows you what's happening in the engine. These dots here are indicating the what the spark plugs are doing. If it's a big dot, it means that it's the spark plug is nice and clean. Which reminds me, let's lean that down and let's bring the RPM back a little bit to warm up. So we can see we've got big dots. That means that the spark plugs are nice and clean. Don't worry too much about the fact that sometimes they're disappearing. That's just because this is accurately visualizing the spark plugs firing off, and because of the refresh rate of the display, sometimes that can be a little bit out of sync. So if it looks like it's uneven, it's not. It's just that it's accurately porting those spark plugs firing. Right, so let's get the nav lights on. We'll have avionics on as well. Let's get everything nice and bright because it is so horrible and murky. Let's get the pitot heat on now. Jump back to the checklist. Everything's fine. T's and P's are still good. Temperature's rising. Done that. Done that. Done that. Done that. Leaned. Everything's cool. Okay, so we're just warming up a bit. Takes a couple of minutes. What I will do is just cycle through on here. And there we go. Just send the fuel across. That's all good. Quick look. Yeah, okay. Check gallons, 43 gallons, and we've got 42.6 gallons remaining. So that's gone over there nicely. For leaning and that sort of thing, I shouldn't do because I've got that there to help, but I tend to do it the old school way. Right, flight plan, let's load that up. Catalogue.
TOS, system test OK.
Imports. Where have you gone? What the hell? Let's have a quick look here. So it's P to PN we're looking for. PE to PN. Need to clean this up a little bit. Right, that's fine. Activate. Yep. Back. Map. Cool. So we've got the flight plan loaded in. That's all tickety-boo. Let's move you down there. You're there. That's fine. Okay. Everything else is looking fine. Piece looking fine. Engine's warming up nicely. Right, we need to talk to air traffic control. This is the bit that went horribly wrong last time. Air traffic control just didn't seem to be playing ball at all. I'm going to get my ATC up on the screen up here. Let's see. Yep, I'll show you. So this is Pilot to ATC. This is what I'm using. It uses AI voices. Obviously it hears what I say, hopefully, and it gives us instructions. Simple as that. We've loaded our flight plan, we've validated it up here, we've filed it right here, and as you can see, our call sign is Meridian 234, the VA is Andras Meridian Airlines. We've got a tower frequency of 118.4, that's our first one. It's not giving us an ATIS frequency. Sometimes it would give you an ATIS frequency there. Let's have a quick look and see if it gives us one up here actually. Yeah, it's not giving us an ATIS frequency. Okay. Anything else I need to tell you about that? Not really. Simply, that's the route. I'm hoping that ATC will assign us an arrival and an approach. Maybe because we're a little putt-putt, it won't bother with that. But it would be kind of cool if it did. And yeah, the weather is horrible. It really is horrible. So I'm not sure if we're going to get much sightseeing in, but we'll see how it goes. Right, where did I get to? Okay, yeah, we need to call ATC, don't we? So what did I say? 118.4. Come here. Let's do the connection lost again. It's decimal 4. And we're connected again. What a surprise. So this should give us Inverness Tower. Let's have a look. Inverness Tower, Meridian 234, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Meridian 234 is cleared to Echo Golf Papa November as filed. Expect departure runway 23. Climb and maintain flight level 040. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Tower on 122.6. Squawk 3446.
Meridian 234 is cleared to Echo Golf Papa November as filed. Climb and maintain flight level 040. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Tower on 122.6. Squawk 3446.
234 rear back correct. QNH is 994. Let us know when you're ready to taxi.
QNH is 994, Meridian 234. Okay, so far, so good. Hi Julian, it's not a group flight as such, but I am on Western Europe. Right, so that's all good. Let's plumb in a squawk. 3446. That's on. And what was the other thing I need to do? Oh yeah. 994. Low pressure. There we go. Okay, that's all good. And gave us flight level 040, so need to remember to put that back to standard pretty quickly. Okay, quick look around. Everything's looking good. Fuel pressure's fine, oil pressure's fine, temperature's looking okay. Temperature's looking good. Nothing to worry about there. Cool, okay. Right, so we're going to ask for taxi now. Cheers, Julian. Meridian 234 ready for taxi.
Meridian 234 taxi to runway 23.
Taxi to runway 23, Meridian 234. Doesn't get much simpler than that, does it? Easy peasy. Right. Let's get back to check this. So we've done that. Taxi. Primer is locked. Avionics master is on. Ammeter, look at that. Yep, that's all good. Radios, we've done that. Transponder, I've done that. Altimeter we've set. Heading indicator, I do need to check because that sometimes in this is a wee bit wobbly. So let's push that in. Great thing about the A2A accu-sim aircraft, whether it's in this or P3D, is that you really do have to have your wits about you. The first aeroplane I ever had carbicing in was this Comanche, but in FSX, and I was so used to default aircraft. This was kind of early in my days of using third party. I was so used to default aircraft, I couldn't understand what was happening. And I had to do an emergency landing, and it was only once I'd landed and I started thinking through the problem, as it were, that I realised, Christ, I just had carbicing, which, you know, was easy to have dealt with in the air, but at the time on the ground didn't quite realise. But there you go. Landing gear lamp is green. Nav lights have done as required. We got those on. Parking brake, we're going to check that, we're going to test it. So here we go, we're going to have to, are you still there? You're still there. Ideally we could have done with pushing it back a little bit, but let's, no, get the Lazzy bands back there please. There we go. Okay, so you, look up, yeah. Can you move out of the way please mate? This could get nasty for you. Okay. Fearlessness in his eyes. Yeah, loads of room. So, as ATC said, we're just going to taxi to runway 23, so it's pretty simple. No, we've not been given any taxiway instructions or anything like that. We've not been told to hold short of the runway. Although thinking about it, I should ask permission to enter the runway. I might try that. There you go. Thanks, Dazza. I'll get that right one day. For some reason, and it's not that difficult, I keep doing that. I keep leaving it on a screen. I don't know why. It's right there. My stream is right there. I should have noticed it, so apologies for that. I've got it on live, so don't want to ruin anyone's day. I'm going to request
Meridian 234 advise when ready for departure.
Okay. Okay, no, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Meridian 234 ready for departure.
Meridian 234 backtrack runway 23 winds are 242 at 3 knots cleared for takeoff.
Okay.
Runway 23 maintain runway heading until above 1,000 feet then proceed on course.
Backtrack to runway 23 cleared for takeoff. 23 maintain runway heading until above 1,000 feet, then proceed on course. Meridian 234. I'm so excited about ATC working then I forgot to do a quick run up. Let's just weak it round a little bit. There we go. Whack it into wind. Right, get rid of that. Up to 2,000. Extra rich. Quick mag check. Cycle the prop. And then let's go down to 1800. Back forwards, nothing coming. Let's just quick look up there, nothing's coming. Okay, and let's have landing lights on, strobe on. Let's do this quickly. Let's get the Uber back up. It's closed. Done, so before takeoff. So controls full free and correct, yeah. There. Yep, that's good. There it is, disconnecting again. Damn you! Doors are latched, you latched, yep. We checked that before, didn't we? Okay, let's just concentrate on that. Flaps we're not going to use. Fuel selector is on the desired tank. Fuel pump we will get out of the way. You get you on. Mixture's fully rich, props fully forward. Carb heat is off. Good, you there. Right. Ranges are good. Temps good. Happy with that. Pitot heat we have on. Strobes are on. Landing lights we have on. Quick look at the takeoff. Throttle fully open. Airspeed indicator live. Rotated 85. Positive climb verified. Blah 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 blah. Lovely jubbly. So ATC said what? 1,000 feet, and then it said proceed on course. So our first height was altitude was 040 on a flight level, so I need to remember that. Okay, happy with that. Another friendly. Good to have you with us. Slobodan, thank you very much. Good to have you here. Get back on the centre line if you can. Here we go. Positive ready to climb. Tap the brakes and gear up. Looking good. Nice to do one of these flights when the weather isn't too bad, so we can actually see the beautiful scenery. That's the thing, that's why I love flying up here, is the scenery is absolutely gorgeous. But when the weather is like this, you ain't going to see much. Just coming back on the prop a little bit. Just coming up to 1,000 feet now, so let's do a gentle left turn into that murk, and we need to go back to standard. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. I do apologise.
Meridian 234, contact Inverness Tower on 122.6. Enjoy.
Tower on 122.6, Meridian 234. Right, co-pilot, do your thing. Thank you very much. Inverness Tower, Meridian 234, climbing to flight level 040. Come on. Respond. This is what happened last time. Everything was working fine, and then all of a sudden ATC just disappeared. So the fuel pump off now, and the landing lights off. Everything else is looking fine. Now let's have a quick look, see what's happening with the engine. So we've got some carb icing building up, that's what I thought. So we'll have some carb heat on. And the engine drops a bit, but we see the ice moving away straight away, so I'm just going to leave that on for the time being. It's a wee bit cold. Don't do the accent, boy. It's cold and it's damp. We're getting carb icing. What can I say? Right, let's see if we can get tower again. Maybe it was the it didn't recognise the speech. Inverness Tower, Meridian 234, climbing to flight level 40.
Meridian 234, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Excellent. That's about...
Meridian 234, climb and maintain flight level 040.
Climb and maintain flight level 040, Meridian 234. Let's concentrate on the instruments. Not going to be a great live stream from the point of view of looking at scenery, that's for sure. Adjusting my trim a little bit, but it's good IFR practice.
Meridian 234, expedite climb to flight level 040.
Expedite climb to 040, Meridian 234.
Meridian 234, climb to flight level 070.
Climb to flight level 070, Meridian 234. Seems to be getting a fair bit of wind up here, and I just realised I forgot to start my VA client software. So as far as the VA goes, we haven't started yet. So I wonder, this is not a good idea. Do you know what? After everything going wrong with the stream last time I tried to do this, I was so focused on getting everything right with the stream software in the aeroplane, I totally forgot about my stream software. Sorry, my VA software. So, where the hell has that gone? There it is. Okay.
Meridian 234, climb and maintain flight level 070.
Yeah, it's not going to let me connect. Okay. So we're going to have to forget that. I'll have to ring him up when we get to Dundee and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I did take the passengers, but I wasn't stupid enough to do the company paperwork." That's about as entertaining as the scenery is going to get today. Expedite climb to flight level 070, Meridian 234. There we go. Let's just focus on the flying instead of trying to find lots of screens. Okay, how are we doing there? We're getting the power out of the engine now because we've got the carb heat on. It's actually very sensitive to carb icing, the Comanche, I've found. How are we doing in the back? Yeah. Thoroughly unimpressed as usual.
234, climb and maintain flight level 070.
Climb and maintain flight level 070, Meridian 234. She keeps telling me to do that, but I think it's because she's wondering why the hell I'm not there already. Load a little bit there. And that's the one thing, one of the things about flying in a sim that you don't get is that physical feedback that you would get in an aeroplane to feel what it was doing. Now I know that in real life, in conditions like this, it can be misleading, but I think it certainly helps to feel the aircraft getting jostled around. Expedite climb to flight level 070, Meridian 234. Sweetheart, this ain't an F-18. Now we are struggling a little bit. This is actually what happened before. Or not the last flight, a flight before. See, we've got to the point now where we're pretty much got full, as much power as we can get, but the aeroplane really is struggling to climb.
Meridian 234, climb and maintain flight level 070.
Climb and maintain flight level 070, Meridian 234. Yeah, it's struggling to climb, but at least we seem to be coming above cloud. It would be good to be able to get the carb heat off at least. Yeah, let's get the nose down. Get the nose down. Check the wing. Nice on there.
Meridian 234, expedite climb to flight level 070.
Just leaned it a little bit more. It's giving us some more power. The basics, boy, the basics, remember. Some climbing, shall we?
Meridian 234, climb and maintain flight level 070.
Yeah, struggling again. Climb and maintain flight level 070, Meridian 234. We've got full load in terms of passengers, and we've also got full load in the back, so that is what is making us quite heavy. Quite a reasonable amount of fuel as well. Climbing is, I remember when I had this before, I think it was about flight level 70 was where we kind of topped out at.
Meridian 234, expedite climb to flight level 070.
Expedite climb to flight level 070.
Aircraft calling Inverness Tower, say again with your call sign.
Alright! Expedite climb to flight level 070, Meridian 234. There we go. Finally, coming out at 070 on this grotty afternoon. Right. Let's keep that in. Let's reduce the RPM down a little bit. Stop the climb. Now, interestingly, if that is the correct phrase, it really is horrible not being able to see a damn thing. Certainly not very entertaining.
Meridian 234, descent and maintain flight level 070.
Let's trim it out a bit. I think that's half the problem. I've still got trimming from the climb. The irony of it, she didn't want to climb at all before.
Meridian 234 contact Scottish Centre on 119.
And now she wants to climb.
Have a good afternoon.
Centre on 119.87. Take care, Meridian 234. Centre Meridian 234, level at flight level 070. Well, level-ish.
Meridian 234 contact Scottish Centre on 119.87. Have a good afternoon.
Goodness gracious, which one do you want us to do? So the sim is just frozen. Oh, here we go, we're back. Sim froze there. So let's aviate first, get that back under control. Centre on 119.87, take care Meridian 234. Now, we have something wrong going on with the ATC, so let's fly the aeroplane first, get that back under control. ATC seems to have frozen now, so I'm going to ignore that for the time being. I'm trying to hand fly as much as possible, but I think, oh there we go, right, it's sorting itself out now. ATC is unfrozen. Let's get us back on course. Let's get us back to flight level 070. Let's start trying to be a little bit more professional about a flying, boy. Honestly. Whoever gave this man a job, even in a VA. Oh, look at that. Sunlight! Ah! What should we do? Being buffeted around rather a lot, which is very unsporting of the weather. Do you see a river down there? Okie dokie. It's just, oh, goodness gracious, is that land? Are we actually about to see some land coming out of the cloud? It's an emotional moment. Hey Jim, sorry if I missed you, mate. And if you're already gone, I'm just catching up on the chack. On the chack? On the chack? What is the chack? It's the chat. But it's also getting back on track. It's a Freudian slip. Oh God, it's nice to see some ground. Let's do a left turn here, sunshine. Keep an eye on where you're going. And let's watch the altitude as well. Come on. Power back on, let's come back on the RPM a little bit. RPM was a little bit too high there, really. More comfortable cruise flying, thank you. Watch the altitude. So, really interested to see if ATC gives us an approach. There's no ILS at Dundee, so I don't think there's ILS at Dundee. So we're relying on the Mark 1 eyeball. Trim. Trying trying to avoid using the autopilot really. Thought I'd maximise the fun and the entertainment for you by hand flying it. Look at that. The hills, the mountains, the lochs, the cloud. On fuel, need to switch the fuel tanks really. So, left hand on the yoke. Still need to trim her out a little bit, I think. Really wanting to start farting around, changing tanks and taking hands off yoke. Ground, look, ground! Yes! Okay, here we go. So, fuel pump on. Switcheroo. Check fuel pressure. Fuel pressure's good. Let's get us back on course. Fuel pump off. There we are. It's nice to see the ground finally. A dreary day indeed. Jim has asked in the chat how am I flying, there's no yoke. Jim of course is being a smart ass because he's a mate and that's what he likes to do. But if anyone is wondering, I just we can of course just click here and we have our yoke back, but I find in the sim it kind of does get in the way a little bit, so I tend to rightly or wrongly click it out of the way just so I can see what's going on. I think in the real aeroplane you've got that ability to put your hand out and touch the controls, and that makes it a little bit easier, whereas in the sim you've got to really just look, and yeah, sometimes that does just get in the way a little bit. So, how is everybody doing? It is the day before Christmas Eve. Still can't quite get my head around the fact that it's the day before Christmas Eve. And yeah, it's around about this time that everyone says, "Oh, are you ready? Got everything done? All ready?" We went shopping this morning to Tesco's, and that was a bundle of laughs. That was a bundle of laughs. Everyone full of Christmas spirit. Nice and quiet. And what can you say? It was bedlam. I had a headache by the end of it. I hate shopping at the best of times. The best thing that ever happened to me was internet shopping. I hate shopping. Unless I know what I want and I know where I need to get it, and I just walk in, get it, pay for it, and walk out. Walking around a supermarket with a trolley is a pain in the backside, and especially at this time of year when everyone is just it was like rugby. It was supermarket rugby with trolleys. But yeah, it's done. Sab's good, Daz. Well, I hope you have a lovely time. Yeah, I wish I had shares in Amazon. I love Amazon. You can get anything. You don't have to to a shop and queue up to get it. I used to be one of those that used to do all my Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. I kind of kidded myself that it was Christmassy. But actually it was stupidity more than anything. Well, our glimpse of the Scottish Highlands was very short-lived. Very short-lived indeed. We're just overhead the Cairngorm National Park at the moment, which is where we were the other day in helicopters, if you saw that one. And the scenery was just gorgeous. Well, you're just going to have to imagine it, because all we've got is this horribleness. Which then leads me to wonder, is this really good content for a live stream? Flying full IFR in the murk, no scenery to look at. Just some absolute amateur idiot with the controls. A robot for ATC. Is that good flight sim content, I wonder? The sim's frozen again. Come back! There we go. Oh, that glow is such a tease. It's like any minute now we're going to break out into sunshine. That would be lovely. You buffed it around a little bit there. Good God. The ground! The ground! Oh, look at that. But yeah, that's how I like to do my VA flights. Try and use live weather, try and keep it as realistic as possible. See what the world, Mother Nature throws at you. Oh my lord, look, look, look. There's the mountains. Let's see if I can quickly show you where we are. Yeah, that map's...
234 expedite descent to flight level 070, descent and maintain flight level 070, expedite 5 to flight level 070, climb and maintain flight level 070, expedite 5 to flight level 070, contact Dundee Tower on 122.9 per day.
Did you guys hear that? This is what ATC does sometimes. ATC has just read out a whole load of instructions, all relating to being at flight level 070, climbing to, expediting to. It's like it's gone to sleep for a little bit. It's come back, and now at the end of that, it's given us an instruction. I have now got to. I'm going to try and avoid.
Contact approach on 122.9.
Okay, we'll go with that last one. Contact approach on 122.9 Meridian 234. Because reading all that back is going to be a lot torturous for me and for you. There we go. Dundee approach Meridian 234, level at flight level 070. Bit off course there.
Aircraft calling Dundee Tower, say again with your call sign.
Okay, it didn't pick up on that, so let's just come back a bit. Dundee approach Meridian 234, level at flight level 070.
Meridian 234, good afternoon.
Okay, we're good. Let's concentrate on the flying again. Just come off course a little bit. Oh, look at that. The ground. Connection lost, you're having a laugh. It's always amazed me to think of those young men that in wartime would have been flying Spitfires and Hurricanes, any aircraft in this kind of weather. Maybe we'll get the connection back soon. There it is, connection back. I would love to know what's causing that. How's that looking? It looks like, I'm just checking, I've still got online scenery. That looks like online scenery to me. So happy with that, but we do need to get back on course then. We've drifted over. So just over there. It's nice to have this brief respite from the clag. How are we looking? Power feels good. TCP's good. Connection lost again. Damn you! And connected again. Make your mind up. Oh, cheers, Richard. That's interesting. Be interesting to see if approach gives me what it gives me in terms of any kind of arrival or approach. I've got it set so that ATC will dictate what it gives me. It's giving me nothing at the moment. Nothing at all. How are you doing in the back? Apart from the connection lost again. Yeah, it's all good? Just get nothing. Nothing at all out. Actually, the days are gone where passengers are interested in pilots and aviation and that sort of thing. It's the generation that we have these days.
234 descent and maintain flight level 070.
Oh yeah, I busted a little bit, haven't I? Descend and maintain flight level 070, Meridian 234. My instructor would be at this point saying, "Watch your bloody altitude!" It was a lovely sunny day. I'll pop the carb heat off now that we're clear of cloud. We're about to enter cloud shortly, so I'll have to watch that. In fact, what I'll do is let's get the tablet up and we can watch it in horror. Now. Needing a little bit more so we can just see, if you look there, that's what you want to look at. See that white there, that's the carb icing building up.
Meridian 234 expect vectors to be made approach to runway 27 at Dundee. Meridian 234 turn left heading 120 vectors to be made approach for runway 27 at Dundee. Descent and maintain flight level 060.
Heading 120 vectors to the RNAV approach runway 27, descend and maintain flight level 060 Meridian 234.
Meridian 234 negative. Expect the nave approach to runway 27. Meridian 234 turn left heading 120.
Okay, I've got to read the last one she gave me. Heading 20 Meridian 234. heading 120, Meridian 234. That's going to throw it.
Meridian 234 heading is 120.
Heading 120, Meridian 234. Okay, let's just get things back under control. So, damn you! Connection going again. This is really irritating to say the least. So let's get that screen up there. This is when it would be handy to actually have it on the autopilot. So I need RNAV 27. That. So let's give you a chart so we can see where that is. Okie dokie. So we're at 120 and we're at flight level 060. Now we need to go into the menu. No. What's your altitude, sunshine? Let's get the power back on. Procedures. Approach. I'm going to stop reading when it does that.
Meridian 234 turn right heading 120.
Heading 120, Meridian 234. I am heading 120. Approach. Back. Map. Okay. Transition of courses vectors. Whilst the friendly air traffic controllers vectors us around, so a bit of trim. Down here, still nicely leaned. That's all good. Fuel. Now I'm going to switch to the fullest tank. See how frustrating it is that keeps.
Meridian 234 turn left heading 115.
Left heading 115, Meridian 234. Where it would be handy in the real thing just to be able to reach down and do that without having to look like that. Although of course one would have to do a visual check to be safe. Right, fuel pressure's good, changing tanks, so I can get that back off now. She said 115 and we're not doing 115. I'm going to get told off.
Meridian 234 turn right heading 120.
Right heading 120, Meridian 234. Yeah, a little bit. Hey boy. Bang the old landing lights on at this stage in the proceedings. Fair warning. I don't care if the connection is lost as long as it comes on again. It is so irritating. I don't When it started happening just before the last update.
Meridian 234, turn right heading 120.
Turn right heading 120, Meridian 234. There's my... no, that's correct. Just for a moment if my gyro was out. Wow. It's going to do this now all the way through the approach, just when I'm trying to concentrate. Still, at least hopefully lower down, it should be fairly good viz. Establish. Okay, looks like it's got offline scenery data in it, so at the risk of messing up the ATC. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Okay, so apply. This is what I have to keep doing when it's doing this disconnecting, connecting thing. Every now and again it will actually put it in offline data. But I just hope this doesn't throw the ATC. We'll soon find out when she starts trying to vector us into Tenerife or something. Right, resume. Okay, that's better. Real world is back. View outside yet, have we? Probably because we concentrate too much on flying it. Let's have a quick. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's clouds. I don't know if you noticed that during this flight. Clouds. Lots of clouds. Right, let's get back in the cockpit because that looks like we're going all over the show. And we are back in the cloud. Fully immersed in the cloudage. Tank, yeah. Oh no, on the left thing.
You'll turn left heading 120. Meridian 234, descend to flight level 050.
Descend to flight level 050, Meridian 234. Okay, we've shot over the heading a bit there. And let's just get chucked around a fair bit here. Feels like we are. Buffeted. Right, let's get the heading sorted. So
what? 234, turn right heading 205.
Right heading 205, Meridian 234. What's that descent rate, buddy? You don't know. Bringing up their cornflakes. Definitely having to fight at the moment. There we go. go. It's always nice to see the ground again. It just gives you that.
Meridian 234, turn left heading 200.
Left heading 200, Meridian 234. Just gives you that nice reassurance.
Meridian 234, you are 14 nautical miles east of Dundee Airport. Fly heading 255, descend to 2,550 QNH is 995, cleared for an aid to runway 27, call when established on final.
Fly heading 255, descent to 2,500 feet, QNH is 995, cleared for RNAV approach to runway 27. We'll call when established on final, Meridian 234. Okay, is that QNH 995? There we go. Come on. It's the climb. Was the gear warning because I chopped the throttle all the way back. What was the heading? 255. Not far off. And we just shot over it because we spent so much time faffing about doing that. So let's come round. Again, that's not the stall warner, as you can probably tell. That's the gear warning because I keep chopping the throttle back, trying to bleed some of the speed off a little bit. Because we is all over the show. Right, let's have fuel pump on. It's amazing how when you can't see the ground, you lose that kind of peripheral vision awareness of what you're actually doing.
Meridian 234, QNH is 995 at Dundee.
QNH 995, Meridian 234. Bloody awful approach. Cannot see a damn thing. I need to call ATC when I'm established, which I don't feel I'm ready to do just yet. I do need to get that call in. Need to stop descending. I'm really all over the show with this. Meridian 234 established right final for runway 27.
Meridian 234, Queens for calm, cleared to land runway 27.
Cleared to land runway 27, Meridian 234. Now we're way too low. Really have boxed this up. Hopefully forward. Strange, it's probably psychological. She's saying wind's calm, but it's saying it doesn't feel like that. So let's just get things back under control. Still no sight of the ground. We're way too low. Should be at 2,500, yeah, should be above 2,500 this point. So we will climb, at the same time lose some of that speed. So we're chugging along a little bit. Very dark out there. Oh, and light again. It's just gone through a particularly nasty patch of cloud. To see the ground. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Get a bit more situational awareness. The gear worn off. So trying to get established on the localizer again in a descent to get on the glide slope. Following this on and approaching. Just do a bit of trim. Okay. So we're coming back out again. There we go. So let's turn in. Still need to lose some speed. Go for that, we've got some ground. We have some ground, that makes life a lot easier. To lose that speed so we can get the gear down. There's the runway. So we're visual with the runway now. To annoy you with the ear horn, but I'm trying to lose some speed here. There we go, that's better. Always nicer when you can see the runway. Really start to lose some speed now, gear down. Well, apart from some weirdness where it's suddenly caught up with itself, the ATC has done alright. Yeah, that's the problem with having multiplayer on. Looks like there's someone ahead of me, which my ATC can't see, unfortunately. Fair bit of buffer.
500.
Now, if I wanted to be really realistic, of course I'd do a go around at this point, but I'm not going to. Oh, that's good. He's peeling off. This is not going to be pretty. I'll tell you that now. Okay, we're down.
Meridian 234 exit runway when able.
How do we get off here? Should have really looked at that. I do actually have a... There we go. Yep, gonna have to backtrack. Sorry everybody who's, if there is anyone approaching. Jeez, they won't be able to hear. So let's backtrack. Give us some beans. Lean for ground ops. Not too far. And took along, and I can see that there is a taxiway up ahead. Let's not get too carried away, sunshine. Take the Grand Prix. See, there's an aircraft on finals there, so I need to get out of the way for him. And let's get over here, and then we will call up ATC. Meridian 234 is clear of active.
Meridian 234 welcome to Dundee. There is no ground control at this airport. Let us know if you need taxi instructions.
No, we are not going to use ATC taxi instructions because we don't need to, although we have the famous elevating bonanza of Dundee. People come from all over the world to see that. We've got two coming in there. Dundee is busy today. I am sorry you can't see much, but it is realistic live weather and all that, and live time, so it's how it is, unfortunately. Let's come over here. Now, because I was silly and I didn't switch my VA software on, I can't do anything with that, so you won't see that. We didn't get the round of applause that it gives you if you do a good landing, which is always nice for the ego, you know, especially after a flight like that. But anyway, that is working fine, so let's pull on the handbrake. Okay, how are we doing? Everything looks good, that's fine. I'll just clear the spark plugs, have the avionics links off. I've switched all those lights off, haven't I yet? Fuel pump can come off now, Peter heat can come off now, and let's close everything down. Eggs off, and rotating beacon off, and everyone can get out. There you go. Did you enjoy that? She's got attitude, I'll tell you that now. She's got attitude. That was a perfectly safe landing. We're down at Dundee. They can go off and do whatever they want to do now. I think they should show a little bit more appreciation. Anyway, talking of appreciation, thank you for watching the stream. It's been a pleasure having you on board the flight. I'm sorry there wasn't much to look at apart from my poor IFR flying. Certainly wasn't a flight for scenery, but anyway, it was good to have you along. Thanks for joining. I will pop it in here again. We have a Discord. If you didn't catch it at the beginning, and if you're not a member, I'll just pop that in the chat there, so you should get the link any second once Streamlabs has done its thing. We post screenshots, we talk about aeroplanes, helicopters, we do group flights, we even have a photography section now. We have a model making section if you're into building kits. I unfortunately don't have the patience to build kits anymore. I just wish I could. I just kind of want the end product. I want a nice big 1/24 scale model of a Spitfire just there, but it's the building it, which I know is wrong, because of course people that build kits enjoy the process of building it, so that's kind of where I've got it wrong. I admit that. I have low patience these days anyway. As the older I get, the less patience I have. I think that's the I'm turning into a grumpy old git, aren't I? I just realised that's what's happening. Anyway, anyway, it's been great having you on board. Thanks for coming on the flight. This is almost certainly going to be the last flight of the year before. Well, the last flight before Christmas, anyway. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I wish you all the best for 2024. Hope you have a wonderful New Year. I might stream in between Christmas and New Year. But anyway, have a wonderful one, and all the best to you and your family. And I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.